be a scold, shouted from behind her. "I told you to stay away from that saloon. Today of all days." Duffy regained his feet and met his angry brother with a wild roundhouse. Gris ducked and charged, head first, ramming Duffy in his sizable belly. The two grappled, shouting absolutely improper words that made Tina want to whack Duffy again, and Gris too, while covering her ears. A woman in this situation definitely needed extra hands. The two men staggered right toward her. "Tina! Look out!" Jonas's feet pounded faster on the boardwalk. He grabbed her around the waist and whirled her away from the mayhem. Her sign swung too. She felt it smack someone and hoped it wasn't Jonas. Tina twisted in Jonas's arms to see her placard had redirected Gris's next punch intended for Duffy, so it hammered Jonas in the back of the head. Jonas, the peacemaker, the town parson, her loving brother, shoved her to safety and turned back. "Now, you two settle." Jonas took the next fist right in the face. Tina tried to catch him and went down under him in a whirl of her pink calico skirts. The trusty placard went flying off the boardwalk and onto the street. Probably best to get it out of the scrap anyway, lest it be broken. She'd hand-lettered it, and it took quite a while to get it right. "You keep your stinking hands off the parson." The smithy, Sledge Murphy, came out of the saloon. None too steady on his feet, but apparently drink didn't stop him from respecting a man of the cloth. Then Sledge cursed the air so blue that Tina dramatically reduced her opinion of his piety. In fact, it appeared the man just wanted an excuse to jump into the fight. He was a massive man, his arms huge from his heavy work swinging a hammer against an anvil, besides wrestling the horses he had to shoe. When he tackled Gris, it was inevitable that Gris give way and fall backward into Duffy, who flew off the boardwalk to land with a thud on the packed earth of Broken Wheel's main street. Duffy's feet swung wide and whipped behind Jonas's knees. Jonas, who probably should have known better than to stand up, tumbled right after Duffy. Gris and Sledge jumped after him. Jonas went down in a pile of howling drunkard. Vince Yates, the big oaf, came running out of his law office, charging straight toward the trouble, yelling threats that no one paid attention to. He found time to give Tina one very dire look from his blazing brown eyes, blaming her without saying a word. Tug Andrews, an old curmudgeon who owned the general store, slammed the swinging doors open and stood for a second, looking at the mayhem before him. He had a ragged leather coat on and a battered fur cap. The man looked like he'd just come down from a decade spent in the mountains, and Tina judged him to be old enough and wise enough to stay out of the fray. Through his thick gray beard he hollered, "Fight!" then went feet first into the brawl. Two more ruffians boiled out of the saloon, as if called there by Tug's shout. They jumped into the chaos with a howl that would do justice to a pack of wild dogs. Jonas rolled out of the midst and crawled 2 feet before Sledge dove on him. Rude, considering Sledge had gotten into this to save a parson. Vince reached the group, jerked one of the newcomers by the collar, spun him around, and pounded a fist into his belly. The man doubled over. Vince caught him by both shoulders, straightened him up, and with 2 wicked blows sent him reeling to the ground, unconscious. Vince turned back to the fight and hauled someone else out. He looked set to end the whole battle single-handedly, dealing with one man at a time. How organized. Then Duffy got knocked out of the pile, rolled hard against Vince's legs, and he went down. The man he'd prepared to knock into a sound sleep was free to start wailing on Vince, and he did it with zest.